This is Comics for Fun and Profit, and you're listening to Sneak Peek at Next Week with Kyle and Drew, where we take a quick look at what's going to be in comic book stores on Wednesday, so you don't have to. And we're going to take a look at some of the new stuff coming out and what we're excited about and what we're not so excited about. First, we're going to take a look at Dark Horse. Now, for me, I'm looking at Star Wars 6. It's Brian Woods doing that relaunch. I'm enjoying it a lot. Kyle, did you get a chance to read any Star Wars?
I have not done anything in the Dark Horse Star Wars realm, unfortunately. I hear good things, though.
It's really cool. He's taken between A New Hope and Empire, and he's kind of telling the stories in there, which is kind of cool. So I've enjoyed it a lot. So I'll be picking that up. The True Lives, the Fabulous Killjoys #1 is also a Dark Horse comic, and that is
that's your My Chemical Romance guy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the My Chemical Romance guy, and he did something else before this that was critically acclaimed, and so I'm thinking about picking this one up as well.
Gerard Way.
Gerard Way, that's the guy's
name. Was blanking from me for a
moment, yeah, but so hey, it might he might have some talent. It's not like it's Nickelback.
And did we remember how many issues was he going with this? Because I think this was capped at 3 or 4. Was this Killjoy series?
Oh, is it a mini series?
I think it was a mini from the start. I'm not completely sure.
Oh, okay.
And run.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. I can't tell from the solicit. Let's see. So you're gonna get that too?
I thought about it. I don't know. We'll see. $3.99. I might pass on that one as well.
Yeah. It was whatever his last one was, which the name is escaping me. So sorry about that. But it had some value too. It crept up there, and I think it was double cover at least. Pretty quickly, so.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he was doing smart on this Killjoy stuff as well. There was, I believe, a Gerard Way art as well.
Oh, he doing the covers or inside?
I wish I'd have paid a little bit more attention to this one when it came out in previews, but I think he was doing some artwork.
Okay. Also, X #2. You got X #1, didn't you?
I did not.
Okay. I don't know if I did either. Off the top of my head, I know it doesn't ring a bell. I remember thinking about it, and I think it was a 4-issue mini. That might have been why I passed on it. Not wanting another mini series.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's pretty much it for me from Dark Horse. Anything else up there?
Nothing at all from Dark Horse really piqued my interest that much this month. I kind of just...
Well, this week. This is just a week, yeah.
Sorry. This week. I had a few things in the month, but not necessarily this week.
On DC, let's see what's shipping on DC. American Vampire, The Long Road to Hell. Is that a Scott Snyder American Vampire?
Yeah, I think so.
That's kind of interesting, but at $6.99, I'm probably not going to pick it up.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff from DC this week, so I didn't have a whole lot of extra laying around for additional stuff, and I think I passed on that one because it's $6.99 point mostly.
Batgirl 21. I enjoy Batgirl, I really do, so I'll probably pick that up. Long term, I don't know what the resale value is going to be, but I do enjoy the read.
Dabbled in Batgirl a lot, but I'm not up to date yet. It's not one of the things I'm doing continuation on at the moment.
And then, Batman 21 though is the Year Zero launch, and I am psyched about this one. I think I'm buying a couple copies of this one.
Yeah, this one's going to be great. I cannot wait. We finished up with the Clayface Micro series, the 2 issues before this, and they're setting up perfect to start up this 21, this whole Year Zero. Scott Snyder, a big run, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm picking up multiple copies of this, and I just think it's going to be great.
Multiple copies and director's cuts down the road.
Let's get started on.
My expectations are sky high for this. So that, unfortunately, that's bad for Scott Snyder because he's not going to be able to live up to my expectations of a Frank Miller year one experience.
Mm-hmm. And Scott Snyder's got his he's spinning a lot of plates at the moment, so I'm just wondering if he's spreading himself a little too thin. And I think this year zero is really going to be the tell whether he's out of stuff and he's spread too thin or he's really the guy we think he is.
Well, how long we'll know after this issue, or you think you'll give him a couple issues?
No, the entire year zero series, whether it's any good as you know, as this storyline goes, we'll see if it's real quality.
Well, in my mind, Court of Owls was great. Death of the Family was good. So if hopefully it doesn't we don't go downward trending to year zero. I'm really psyched about it. I hope it's great.
And make sure we're not concentrating too much on Superman or anything from this one out.
Oh, yeah.
Just a whole lot of stuff going on. I just want to see if this is everything I think it's going to be.
Let's see, Batman Arkham Unhinged? No.
Mm-mm.
Little Gotham? Definitely no. Not there's anything wrong with that. It's just not for me.
Not for you.
Now Constantine 4 is intriguing. They did 300 issues at Vertigo of Constantine and then decided to end it and then reboot it over here as a new 52 title. I don't know why they've done that. And I haven't really heard a lot of feedback on Constantine. You heard anything about this?
Not really. It's still under the radar. I've not heard a whole lot from it that is, really worth and really hitting the stride they want it to. But I'm not sure if it really needs to do well or it's just got its really ravenous small fan base and that's good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can maintain 15,000 to 20,000 a month, you'll, in sales, you'll probably be around for a while. I think that seems to be the bar. And if even Batwing's a lot lower than that, and it's still around, so.
For now.
Yeah. Demon Knights 21, nope. Let's see, Green Lantern, Core, I'm not reading that. Katana 5, no.
No.
The Mad Presents Superman, that's kind of interesting.
$4.99.
But it's a $4.99 book. So, now, you used to watch Masters of the Universe, correct?
I did.
Okay.
I used to love Masters of the Universe.
So, who is Hordak?
I have no clues for these things. I was looking because I'm looking at the current previews and there's another Masters of the Universe series coming up that I thought, I'm getting back into Masters of the Universe just for simple nostalgia's sake.
You think you're gonna pull the trigger on that?
Not this one.
But maybe the one that's...
Oh no, definitely the next one. I don't know why. It's this Versus thing that I'm definitely going to get into. But this one I'm skipping, but
what happened to you?
It's got me thinking to Masters of the Universe and I'm getting the next one.
I think they have Thundercats too, if you're really interested.
I think they might hook me on that one too.
Nice. Nightwing 21.
Nightwing, I love Nightwing, so I'm looking forward to this. I really am. I like this series. I like the Chicago aspect. I cannot wait to see how long this series,
You buying 2 of these?
No, I'm not. I'm just playing with my regular run on this one. Just keeping, essentially for myself. Once you get to the 21s, I haven't seen much extra value for anything. Plus, if this is something I'll easily find a dollar bin later, I think, if I want to have a second Nightwing collection.
Well, I know you touched a little bit on the idea of selling off 1 through current on Nightwing and starting over to build it again.
Mm-hmm.
You still thinking about that?
Still planning on doing that, but I'm not looking for.
But you're not going to go through.
Yeah.
You're not going to go through 21.
No.
Would be a smaller run than that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm glancing down through here, and Superman Unchained pops kind of off the top there.
Unchained comes out. The movie's coming out. It's huge. It's just crazy because, we got Unchained 1 coming this week. We got Year Zero hitting this week. It's going to be huge this week. I really think these are going to be 2 really good books.
I hope so.
And of course, like I said, I'm going to pick up multiple copies of Superman Unchained.
I've been looking at some of that Jim Lee art on Superman, and, art usually doesn't do much for me. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't I just hope it doesn't get in my way when I'm reading, but man, when it's impressive, I can tell. And it's impressive.
Yeah. And to see Scott Snyder's take on this, and how are they going to adapt it kind of after this movie aspect, or are they going to just, is it a series, and like, do they have an original idea behind it, or exactly what they're going to do with it? Because I haven't honestly seen a whole lot about it.
See, I don't know about, I've always had trouble with Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And
just too powerful.
He's too darn powerful, yeah.
If you really think about it, you're just like, well, whenever you get in these virtual versus battles in your head, you're like, Superman has to win because he's got everything.
Yeah.
So I don't understand this aspect of he's always in trouble. He's never in trouble. He's Superman.
Well, unless, the kryptonite, besides kryptonite, that's his...
Yeah.
And
aside from a little jeweled rock, he's got nothing else going on, which apparently seems to be more abundant than I really think it is.
I don't think there's that much around. I think Batman has a kryptonite ring that he keeps just in case Superman gets up in his grill.
Yeah, but it seems to pop up. Actually, he gave Batman that piece in case anything ever happened. But the one weakness seems to always pop up. But it's just, I've not been too big into the Superman world. It's never been my cup of tea, but I'm seriously going on this one completely open-minded, a little bit high expectations because of the artist, because of the writer, but they legitimately have the opportunity to get me here.
Yeah.
They really do.
And you know what? If they do a good job, and I like Superman, then, maybe I read the other Superman or Action or something,
I go back, I start grabbing, because DC Superman's on 20, 21?
Yeah.
Like the rest of the stuff. So, it's not too far back to get me to do a hunt for that. So I think a lot is going to ride on Superman Unchained, whether I give Superman really a shot or not.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I've never really been a big fan, so this is going to be uncharted territory, really. How about Suicide Squad? Are you reading that?
I read quite a few of them up through, right up, not quite to the point, I think I was through 14 or 15 of them. Because I made it through the, Death of the Family stuff. So right there is where I kind of took a break of it. I'm still interested. I actually quite like the title and the way it's going. I like the Harley Quinn and Deadshot. I really like their dynamic and kind of as the anti-hero. That's, are they all, they're not always working for good, but they're not always working for evil, but they're always working for themselves. And they're technically it deploys of a government agency, and there's a lot of really neat stuff in there. So it's enough to keep my interest piqued. I may pick this one up. I gotta check my runs. I got a few gaps in there. I think I'm getting too big of a gap. I might have to pick this up just so it's not daunting at some point.
Yeah, I've dipped my toe in the Suicide Squad waters a couple times, and I have not enjoyed it. So I'm skipping this one. World's Finest 13. I'm enjoying this. It's an Earth 2 Huntress and Power Girl storyline that's I've enjoyed a lot. It surprised me, really surprised me. It's just been a really good read. I don't know if it's worth anything or ever will be. So this is just going to fall into the fun column for me, and probably not profit.
Gotcha.
But yeah. Anything else in DC that tickles your fancy this week?
I think that's it in DC. I thought a couple other things were coming out, but not as much of the stuff that I get every month. But really looking at the Unchained. Really excited about the Batman 21. Here's the question. You go to your shop, you pick up your 21, you pick up your Unchained. Which one are you picking up? Which one are you reading first?
Oh, definitely 21.
You're going year zero.
Year zero first, yeah.
That's going to be your first flip through before you get Unchained.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I'm going to go Nightwing first. Just because it's kind of my baby at the moment, so I'm going to go through Nightwing, and then I'm going to go year zero, then Unchained, I think.
Yeah, that's not bad. But let's see, IDW. Anything in IDW that you're looking at?
I don't think there's anything. Thumbprint.
Oh, Thumbprint, yeah. That's Joe Hill, who is Stephen King's kid, right? Stephen King's kid?
Yeah, the child of Mr. Stephen King.
And Thumbprint's plot escapes me at the moment, but it looked intriguing at the time. I remember that.
Intriguing. It's a 3-issue mini, so we got 3 of these coming up. But I think this will be kind of good. I have some expectations of this being alright. I'm not big into IDW, so this is one of my few ventures in the IDW ilk of things. But, you know, I'm going to be in for this. I've already ordered the whole run, so I'm really hoping this is good, because if not, I've got 3 junk issues of it. Actually, I might have ordered an extra number 1 just because it might have a little value.
Yeah, exactly.
With the 3-issue run, normally by the time people catch up on it, it's over, and then it's, you know, the shine is off the ring, as they say. So I don't know if there's really a whole lot of long-term value in that, but I think it'll be a fun read for just myself.
But if it does blow up, then no one else really can shake and move as fast because they haven't pre-ordered it, so we're in good shape there.
Yeah, it's weird with these 3-issue series, because by the time, you know, the pre-order's done, I've ordered all 3 before I even read the very first one.
Yeah, and it's, that happened also with, Number Cruncher. For me, it's on issue 4 solicit for June, and because issue 1 has been delayed so long, I will have to have pre-ordered 4 issues of the thing without reading the first one, and that's just too much. I'm jumping off that train.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So listen, publishers, put your stuff out when you're supposed to.
That's right. Did you read Doomsday Point 1?
No, I didn't. It kind of snuck up on me. I didn't even realize it was out.
I didn't either. It's one of those things I missed in a previews catalog, and I think it might have been something I should have got. And I haven't seen one still sitting on a rack to get that number 1 yet. And here's the 2 coming out. So,
you know, you should be. I'm surprised you're not an IDW guy. I mean, it's like they took your childhood and just vomited it on the pit.
Really
there's G.I. Joe, 2 G.I. Joes. There's TMNT. You know, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles going on. You got 2 Transformers books coming out this week.
Yeah.
And then, of course, your My Little Pony, which you're a big fan of.
Saw that coming a mile away. Yeah, it really is. But it's daunting because, like, there's multiple Transformers titles. There's a modicum of TMNT stuff. But it is, when I flip through IDW, it's a whole lot of, wow, these things have changed so much. So much. Yeah. It's not even funny. These are not the Transformers from my childhood, but that doesn't mean it's not something that I still always stop on and always think about getting into, but never have pulled the trigger on it just because there's so much.
Yeah, and this Regeneration 1 is on issue number 92 this week, so that's quite a run.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be digging through those. Hey, I still haven't even finished my 1982 Marvel's Transformer collection before I start on the IDW version.
Yeah, finish that up first, I guess. So anything else from IDW before we move on?
I think that's it, sir.
Image Comics has, a couple neat ones here.
Yeah.
Dream Merchant 2.
You read first the Dream Merchant. I have not got to that one yet.
Yeah. Peter Panzer House 11.
Now, you started a later run on this one.
Yes.
Are you just grabbing them to flip, or have you actually read any of the Peter? I know you read issue 1 and you were just meh. I don't know where this...
I read issue 1 and I was meh. I have 10 and 11, but I want to read through, I'm buying them and going to catch up. So I need to read 2 on, maybe in trade. Yeah. Probably going to pick up the trade and read those, catch up to where I am now, and then see what it's all about before the BBC show launches.
I can't believe I was in a shop not too long ago and had the chance to pick up, I think it was 7 through 10 just for covers sitting right there. And it's so weird. The 350 scared me off. At $2.99, I'd like to think I'd have picked them up and grabbed a mini run and jumped on at that point. Mm-hmm. But literally the extra 51 cents scared me off because it was something I hadn't read before. But I'd heard, there's a series coming up, so it has collectability. And I was like, ooh, I can jump in and start a run here and see things, because we always talk to ourselves, would you grab a run at 8? Well, would you have, looked back, and would you have wanted to grab Walking Dead at issue 8 if you'd had the opportunity?
Heck yeah.
But that 350 point, I was just like, ooh, I can't do it. I can't do it for the extra $2 it would cost me for that run.
And you gotta be careful with Peter Panzerfaust, folks, because their second and third printings, I don't think are on their covers. I think you've got to flip them over and look on the back in the bottom corner or something like that. So a lot of publishers do this, and it drives me nuts, because they just subtly change the shade of an upper left corner box or something, and that's the only way you can tell it's a different printing.
Well, I know in Peter Panther for issue 1, it's a completely different art cover. On the very first one, I don't know about going forward, but I know on the first one it's a completely different cover for the second print.
Second print or the Image first print?
Second print.
Okay.
I think. Now you got me confused, but I believe the second print in general.
I mean, all of them are in multiple printings, I think, so.
But my favorite absolute thing is when publishers put the second print, change the color a little bit, and then label it a variant. Yeah, that drives me absolutely nuts. It's not a variant, it's just simply the second print, and it's slightly different.
Those are our good friends over at Hawkeye that did that too.
Yeah, they changed it to purple and then say variant cover. Nope, it's just issue 5. It's just, printing number 5.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
And then we bought it anyway though, right?
Yeah, shut up, I fell for it a couple times.
Walking Dead 111 too, loving that.
Yeah. Ezekiel, let's get deeper into this, let's find out. Alright, we know he's a zookeeper, and apparently we needed an entire issue to find out that he's a zookeeper. Now where are we going with that knowledge from here?
Well, we just need 20 pages of, Kirkman ramblings. He can stretch anything into an issue.
Yeah, it looks like we're probably going to go back to the Nagan camp and just kind of toddle there with a little bit of torture for another issue, not really get anywhere. And from the previews, it looks like we're looking for a battle royale in 2 months.
Nagan?
So
you go Nagan? I'm more of a Negan pronunciation.
I go Nagan. I don't know why. Maybe he's French in my mind.
Yeah.
He's pure evil for that. So.
I don't think a guy named Nagan could beat you to a pulp with a baseball bat. I would think you'd have to be Negan to do that.
Well, perhaps I will put it in Google Dictionary and see what the translation is.
That's just my take on that one.
But it does look like we're going to toddle a little bit in this one and toddle a little bit in that one and finally get into some actual meat of people hurting people in the issue after that.
Oh God, I hope so. That sounds wrong, but that's how we need some action, man.
We have this weird love-hate with Walking Dead where we just absolutely yell at Kirkman for, I've picked up issues of Walking Dead.
And then buy 3 copies a month.
Yeah, and picked it up and nothing happens. And is he really setting a tone, or is he really getting me back, or is he just tap dancing for the next thing? And, a lot of, hey, we're gonna do the same thing, but in a different village, or a different sanctuary that we did 40 issues ago. But I don't know, I see enough subtle differences that I think we're going somewhere really fun with these next few issues, and I'm excited to see it.
Fun is, post-apocalyptic fun, I guess.
Oh, the biggest joy in my heart is post-apocalyptic at this point.
Now, do we still think there's plenty of, mileage left in these Walking Deads as far as...
Yeah, because the runs are actually they're not, the print runs aren't huge on them, so I still think there's money to be had. And, it's really still pretty good to sell, nice 8-10 issue runs and double, triple your money easily if you,
Yeah.
piece together a nice section, especially like when they name them with the, No One Left or A Better Life or all the stuff they do.
Yeah, exactly. That is true. That's all I had for, Image Comics. Now, they've reprinted, Aphrodite 9. It's in second printing, and their second printing is coming out along with their number 2 issue. I don't even know what that is, so I missed the boat on that one.
Yeah.
Invincible, is in its second printing of 101. But I'm not an Invincible guy yet.
Not an Invincible guy either.
Yeah, I think it was too far along for me. And, I read the first 2 or 3. Wasn't bad. And I just, haven't had the time to go back and catch up. But yeah, not too bad. Let's go on to Marvel. What's your big stuff there?
Yeah, let's see here. In Marvel for this week coming out, I'm still a little bit dabbling in the 2 Wolverine series that are coming out at the moment. Wolverine number 4 comes out. Should be a little bit of an interesting one. It's right after he's teamed up with what's his face? The Samuel L. Jackson's character.
What, Nick Fury?
Yeah, Fury. Where I don't know why I blanked on that. Where he's back in Fury a little bit. And you were correct. It looks like, looking through the previews, they're putting a lot of stuff in this Killable Wolverine yet again. So, again, they're heading towards the Wolverine that can't just go absolute, just run and Leroy Jenkins into any situation. He's going to have to use a little tactics. He's going to be killable again. So that's where the Wolverine Now series is going. I'm one behind on Savage. I didn't read 5.
That was great. It was great.
Thanks. I'm going to have to get to it because, at the end of 4, they're just like, Incredible Hulk. And I didn't pick up 5 yet. But I'm going to get 6. I'm going to keep going a little bit for this.
Bad news about 5, though, is it's the last show.
That's the last show, yes.
And so this is a new dude here on 6. But we don't know if Cho's taking a break, like a Fiona Staples break from Saga, to get caught up or to maybe catch up on art for another arc coming down the road. We don't know that yet.
Yeah. But I'm going to pick up 6. I'm going to read it through and I'm going to say, well, how much was the drop off? If there's a drop off at all, I'm running like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But if it still piques my interest, even though it's a 39 now that it's down to single shift, because for a while there it was double. Now that it's single shift, it still has the chance to keep running, at least through 10.
You gotta explain to me what they're thinking. Marvel goes double shipped, scares me off, then goes back to single ship. I don't know if maybe they're going like every 3 weeks and sometimes it looks like it's double shipping and sometimes it only has one a month. I don't know.
Yeah, all I know is when I pick up a previews catalog and I've got to order 2 of them, I get mad.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. It's ridiculous.
Unless, granted, there's a lot of things like, man, I wish I could order two different sagas per month. But on these $3.99 books, whenever there's 2 a month, I just get angry.
Yeah, I just want to read the continuing story, and I don't need it every other week.
Sit on the Wolverine. Now you did you were into Thor God of Thunder, weren't you?
Oh yeah, man, it's a great read. And 9 might be the end of the God Butcher saga, which has been going on the whole time I've been reading it. So, I'm hoping, it starts to wind down. I've had enough of it. I'm ready for something new.
Something new. I don't think it's going anywhere. Oh, you just mean that?
There's a God Butcher, storyline that's been going on where there's this other god that is a God Butcher and he's killing gods you've never heard of from all sort of, god of wine, god of, escalators, god of, weird gods that are just wasted everywhere and Thor's trying to stop it. It's really a great, compelling read. But I'm tired of it.
It's run its course.
Yeah.
I no longer care about it.
Yeah. I'll probably pick up Avenging Spider-Man.
That'll be the last event, or no.
Might be.
Last Avenging before they flip over to,
Marvel Team Up. Or not Marvel Team Up. Wow, that dates me. Superior Team Up.
Superior Spider-Man Team Up, yeah.
Yeah,
I already jumped off of Deadpool, this Now series, a while ago. I like the prosing, but it's a little too tongue-in-cheek, a little too giggly for me. I can't quite get behind it. But like I said, I picked up the first 4 or 5 issues just to make a run to flip. But I'm out at this point. It just didn't hold me.
Although
I liked the fact that it was the whole president's thing. I thought that was cool. It was a little too hokey for me.
Yeah, I tried it, but I didn't try it with my whole heart, and I didn't like it. Maybe I'll give it another try sometimes, but the humor is just not my thing.
Yeah.
Guardian of the Galaxy number 3. I'm hearing good things about this, so I'm probably going to pick this up and go back and read the early ones. I heard that and Nova is not too bad, so I'm going to check those out. Any of the X books for you?
Again, X was too daunting to try to jump on and find a place. I've not found a foothold in any X books aside from my singular Wolverine stuff. I'm playing Wolverine, and we'll see if there's somewhere else to jump on, but I think I'm just too far behind and just can't pick a winner at this point.
Well, last week was X-Men number 1, which was the
all-female.
Yes, and that's Brian Wood, who I like, that does Star Wars. He does The Massive for Dark Horse. He does Mara for Image. And now he's doing the X-Men for Marvel. It's an all-women's team, but it wasn't gimmicky. It was really, really a solid title. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't have the depth of knowledge of X-Men from the past, and I was able to enjoy it.
Which characters are in this? Or who's your team on this?
A bunch of chicks.
Thanks for clarifying that.
It was Jubilee, it was Storm, Rogue. I don't know, is Jean Grey still alive? No, I don't think she is. Jubilee was in there, and there was, I don't know.
I just didn't know if they went like real obscure characters and tried to flesh out.
I wouldn't know. Because I don't know enough about that world. But I liked the story. It was well written, and the art was okay.
There you go.
Yeah, so you can pick that one up right now. Still on the shelves from last week. I would do that if I were you. Now, I'll wait.
Okay.
Also, Wolverine and the X-Men. I read 29 and liked it a lot, and so I read 30 and liked it less. And now 31's out. I'll probably give it another shot. One more. Just because I feel like I don't give the X universe enough of a chance. So, I might read that one as well. Just one more, and then if it doesn't do it for me, then that's it. Another interesting thing here is Thanos Rising is in second printing.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. And I think there's still some on the shelf at my local comic shop, so I don't know, might be picking that up.
And it looks like they've only done second printing of this variant, so it looks like he was the winner as far as covers is concerned.
Oh, okay. This is just the Bianchi variant that is I see what you're saying. So it's not the full second printing.
It's still an issue 1, that's just the one that they've chosen to do a reprint of. So I guess that was the better seller.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that might be something neat to pick up. Anything else in Marvel that,
Well, that is everything I was looking at the moment.
And then we go down to the miscellaneous publisher list coming out. These may or may not be in your local comic shop when you're in there because they are small press stuff. So
they will not be in ours.
They're not in all of them. But some of the bigger shops in Columbus, they'll carry those. So anything pop out at you there that you're looking at?
Of course, as always, Six Gun Gorilla is just a really cool cover. It
makes you giggle.
Yeah. I see here something I apparently missed. Grimm #2, apparently the comic based on the NBC TV series.
Yeah, I remember when one was solicited, and for some reason I passed. And now I like the show more than I did then.
That's exactly what I was.
And I'm kind of wishing I would have dipped into that to check it out.
Yeah, because I mean that would be something to check a flyer on and see if sometimes these I don't know what I think about these comics that come out after a TV series.
Yeah.
If they're just trying to, if they're really original or not, or if they're just following the same flagship as that and just trying to make a quick buck. But I think this would have, I wish I'd have grabbed, if I could find one, I'd grab one and two.
Yeah. There's something, Cerusis #1. I missed that one. I'm not sure what that is, or what what the publisher is. Ghost Town #1. I didn't pick that one up either. Some of these really tiny, publishers, they're tough to take a flyer on because, unless you think it's really going to be a great read and something you're going to enjoy reading, it's tough to gauge whether you're going to make any money back on them down the road.
Yeah.
M Theory #1 is out also this week. And then Aspen, who are doing a Bubble Gun #1 print, for $1. And they even have an alternate cover also for $1. I love it when publishers do that. And I'll buy them even if I don't think I'll like the book, just because I want to support the idea of publishers putting stuff out for $1.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, and I think it's a great way to introduce people to new stuff. They'll check it out, and maybe then pay $2.99 next month, maybe. So
it's a very good possibility.
I think all publishers should do this more often. A1 number 1, no idea. Some interesting stuff, but there's only so much dollars to go around, so you got to be picky on what you're buying. So all in all, though, Kyle, it looks from my point of view, it looks like a really solid week.
Oh my goodness, yes, you're going out with some giant AAA comics, some of the old staples, and then there's a few things to hang your hat on for the future, I think, in here.
And what we're doubling up on, at least I'm doubling up on, Superman Unchained and Batman 21.
Yeah,
and
I think the print runs are going to be
Walking Dead
huge.
111.
We're doubling up on Walking. I think the print runs are going to be huge, absolutely huge on Superman Unchained and Batman. But I still think you can make money off of picking up a few extras of those. Maybe even doing a whole extra run if you feel so inclined to that year 0. The time will tell if the shine falls off this Unchained. It's not something that has legs and will run. But I still think there's good money in that one as well.
Well, what I'm doing is I'm getting a plain Unchained and then the one of the variants.
Mm-hmm.
As my second copy. And I'm doing the same thing with 21. Bat 21. I'm doing a plain 21 and a variant 21.
Whereas I just went with multiple copies of the original number 1. Yeah. Because I've seen a lot of things where variant value doesn't go up as much as the actual number 1 value. People seem to want that one that was on the stand.
Well, now you tell me.
That's our little secret until right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the built-in scarcity of a variant cover. And I know I want the comic anyway, so, I don't know. We'll see. It's my theory and I'm sticking to it.
Alright, $5 bet. 1 year from now, which one's gonna have the more value? You taking year 1 or Unchained?
I'm gonna take year 1.
Alright, I'll take Unchained and we'll see a year from now which one.
No getting away. Yeah, there's no getting out of this one. It's on tape.
Yeah, it's on the interwebs.
It's on the interwebs, and it's a bet, man.
So as of right now, my pick of the week is Superman Unchained, number 1.
And mine would be Batman 21, year 0. Anything else today, Kyle?
That's all I got, kind sir.
All right. That's it. This has been Sneak Peek at Next Week with Kyle and Drew for comics for fun and profit. See you later.
See you.